A man won 200 million in the lottery, but had to pretend to be poor. The fine wine he secretly purchased was poured into cheap bottles, and imported meat sauce was hidden in ordinary luncheon meat cans. His name was Will, and he was in the middle of divorce proceedings with his wife. Just as she demanded a divorce, he hit the jackpot. But instead of telling her, he kept up the facade of being broke. His lawyer warned him that the winnings counted as marital property, which meant that once the divorce went through, his wife would get 100 million. Determined to protect his fortune, Will decided to keep it a secret. Overjoyed by his windfall, he splurged on expensive suits, luxury watches, and other high-end items, but stored them all in a warehouse. Even the fine wine was transferred into ordinary bottles. When his wife told him to get a job at the supermarket, he reluctantly agreed to maintain his cover. To his surprise, the supermarket owner was none other than William, his old nemesis from school, who mocked him for being poor and even tried to get close to Will's wife. For the sake of safeguarding his fortune, Will endured the humiliation. When his in-laws came to visit, his wife opened one of Will's treasured wines to serve them. Her father loved it so much that she gave him Will's entire stock. Will was heartbroken. Later, he forgot to take off his luxury watch, and his father-in-law noticed. Will had to claim it was a 5 yuan fake, only for his father-in-law to buy it off him for 100 yuan. Soon after, Will found out his wife was spending time with William. He tried to get revenge, but accidentally damaged someone else's car instead. Not wanting his friends to distance themselves from him, he anonymously arranged for his financial advisor to give Henry 8 million as an endorsement fee, and Jack another 8 million as an inheritance. But once they got the money, both began living extravagantly and mocking Will for being poor. Left with no choice, Will told them the truth only to be met with disbelief. It wasn't until one of them drove his car into the ocean that Will finally revealed everything. Will later heard that William's supermarket had gone bankrupt and would be laying off all its staff. He told his wife, but she dismissed it as nonsense. That night, he booked out an entire bar but still felt no joy, only loneliness. It wasn't until his wife received the official call about her dismissal that she finally believed him. Now unemployed and facing divorce, his wife was at her lowest point. Will appeared, determined to win her back, and confessed to winning the lottery. Instead of joy, his wife reacted with anger. She felt his secrecy was a sign of disrespect. Their relationship broke down. The next day, Will transferred 100 million to her account along with divorce papers. This only made her angrier. What she wanted was an apology, not money. Later, she learned that the supermarket had been acquired and registered under her name. She finally understood Will's true intentions. She rushed to the airport to stop him from leaving. Overjoyed to see her, Will reconciled with his wife. The two finally made peace and began their new life together as wealthy partners.